Welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your daily horoscope for 16th June 2021, which is a Wednesday. But before we begin, I would like to let you know that I do daily horoscope videos that I post on my YouTube channel every single day. I do weekly horoscope overviews that I post every week on my YouTube channel. And I also do monthly horoscope videos, both a general overview as well as monthly sun rising sign videos, which you can watch on my YouTube channel as well, and I post them every month. Now, before we begin, I would also request you to please hit the subscribe button. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about as we begin 16th June is the moon. The moon yesterday changed signs and it came into the sign of Virgo, and this happened about 9 p.m., 9 p.m. Pacific time. So this energy that we're coming into on the 16th in the morning will be different from the energy that we started 15th with. How is this energy different? The moon in Virgo is all about getting organized, getting planned, focusing on our day-to-day reality, focusing on our health, on our job, on our diet, on our exercise, all these little things. So for the next 2 days, as the moon travels through Virgo, we are going to be focused on getting our day-to-day reality, our job, our health, our diet organized and planned. And as soon as the moon enters the sign of Virgo at about midnight, it is going to oppose Jupiter. Now, this could be a moment where we might feel less hopeful. We might not feel very optimistic about things, and that's because the moon is our emotions and Jupiter is hope, it is optimism. So we may need to motivate ourselves to feel hopeful and optimistic about our day-to-day reality, about things that we are working on, about our health, about our job. And this could also be a point where we learn an important lesson connected to planning for the future, connected to our diet, connected to our health, connected to our job. It could also be a valuable lesson, a piece of information, some sort of knowledge, and that happens at midnight. And then the moon's going to move on, so I'm going to move the chart so that you can see it. Give me a moment. Let me clean up the chart. And at about 3 p.m. Today, the moon is going to square the nodes. Okay, so let's see that happen. Yeah, there we go. So I'll place it on the chart so that you can see it. The moon right here is in a 90-degree angle with the south node and a 90-degree angle with the north node. Now we know 90-degree angles are squares, and squares represent friction, they represent change, they represent some sort of challenge. Now that's the first thing. Now the second thing is that any planet that comes in contact with the nodes, in this case the moon, gets magnified. So our emotions are getting magnified. Now it's not always a positive thing, nor is it always a negative thing for something to be magnified. If you are feeling stressed out, because Virgo is very stressed out energy, if you're feeling stressed out, then just know that it could be the nodes making you stress out more than you should. Because we are focused on planning, we are focused on getting organized, we are focused on the little day-to-day things. So it's easy to get stressed out, and Virgo represents stress in astrology. So this could be a point in a square aspect with the nodes that we may feel stressed. And since it's a square with the south node and the north node, this could also mean two more things. First, it could mean that where we are headed, our goals, because the north node represents where we are headed, it represents our path, is somehow in conflict with our day-to-day routine, with what we are planning. And we may need to change certain things, get planned in certain different ways so that we can fully align ourselves with our goals. And at this point, we may also need to let go of the past in some ways to fully plan for the path we are moving towards. Now, why do I say let go of the past? Because it's in a square to the south node. And it's not, I don't think this is emotional. I don't think it's baggage from the past, it's pain from the past. No, I think it could be a habit from the past that you may need to adjust or change, a routine, a health related thing, or a simple thing like diet, something in your diet. It could be all those things because Virgo is that. And to sum up this energy, I would say at 3 p.m., we may need to adjust something in our routine, in our day-to-day routine, in our health, in our diet, in our planning, so that it is more in alignment with our goals for the future. And in some ways, it is also a break in those adjustments from the past. Yeah, that happens at 3 p.m. Pacific time, and then in the evening, the moon's going to move on. So let's see that happen, and it is going to trine Uranus. Moon is here, Uranus is here, 120-degree angle, positive aspect in astrology, trine, and this can be a sudden positive change to our routine, to our diet, to our health, to our job, that comes quite unexpectedly. Perhaps in the afternoon at about 3 p.m., we made some adjustments, we made some changes, more in alignment with the future and letting go of something connected to the past. And that change by 8 p.m. will probably maybe make you feel like, okay, yeah, this is working suddenly. And this could also be something in your material life becoming positive, manifesting, because these two are trining in earth signs, which is all about manifestation. So that could also happen today. Yeah. And this is tomorrow, but I'll talk about it today, tomorrow as in 3 a.m., which makes it June 17th. Around then, the moon's going to make it to 17 degrees. Let's just see it, actually. Let's just see it. Okay, there we go. So the moon here at 17 degrees is going to square Mercury retrograde. Okay, this happens at 3 a.m. So it's going to happen while you're sleeping or about to sleep or whatever it is for you. However, it is in a sextile to Venus, this energy, and a semi-sextile. This is, okay. So let's break this down. Moon square Mercury retrograde may not always feel easy. We may feel emotionally stressed about something connected to the past, and this is not something that happens. It is something that we are thinking, that we are processing. It could be something that you're thinking about the past and it's making you feel not so great. So this happens at 3 a.m. But the positive in this is that the moon is also sextile in Venus. So there's a silver lining to this whole energy where we are feeling positive about what we have currently in our life in terms of our relationships, in terms of our projects, in terms of our finances or self-worth, skills and values. To sum it up, yeah, something may come to our mind from the past, a thought, and we may feel upset about it. But the consolation prize, the silver lining, is what is happening in the present in these areas of your life, Venus-related things, love, relationships, business partnerships, projects, values. Yeah. For example, let me give an example. For example, maybe there was a business you had tried in the past and it didn't go very well, and now you're thinking about that business that didn't go very well and you're feeling slightly upset about it. However, then you realize that the present situation is positive, and that's the silver lining. And this is just an example. It could be connected to your relationships, connected to your family, connected to anything. Okay, so that happens at 3 a.m. And speaking of Mercury retrograde, Mercury has been in retrograde since May 29th. When Mercury is retrograde, communication is not the best. We review and reprocess things from the past. Technology, gadgets can malfunction. It is not the best time to start new things, and we can feel confused. But the good news is that Mercury is getting out of retrograde on June 22nd, which is not too far away. And then any remnants of the confusion will begin to lift. And why do I say we are confused? I say that because we had a lot of squares to Neptune. There was an eclipse on June 10th that made a square to Neptune, 90-degree angle, which could have caused confusion. The Sun squared Neptune 2 days ago. That could have caused confusion. And the clarity, we are more clear than before. We can see more clearly than before now. However, the complete clarity, if you're confused, it's not necessary to be confused with Neptune. If you are confused, the clarity will begin to lift more after June 22nd. And if you are not confused, then the Neptune energy manifests in a positive way, which is a very intense connection to spirituality, to the higher realms. That's the other manifestation of Neptune. So it really depends what it is for you, and that I cannot say. So that's about Mercury. And the second thing I do want to mention is that Jupiter is about to go retrograde on June 20th. We'll talk about that. So we have about 3-4 days left. So it's going to happen. I just wanted to let you know that. And on the same day, the Sun is also going to change signs, which is June 20th. And we will see a shift in energy. The Sun in Gemini with the North Node there, with Mercury retrograde there, is still till June 20th a time of a lot of stimulation, a lot of restlessness, a lot going on. And the eclipse in Gemini did not make this energy any easier. Now the Sun shifting signs on June 20th to Cancer will ease that energy out. We'll talk about it more then. And the last thing I want to mention is that there is a full moon in Capricorn on June 24th. And so a week from now, almost a week from now. And that is a very powerful full moon. I will talk about it. I will talk about why it is so important. But in short, it will bring to light, it will reveal all the changes that started for us in Jan of 2020. It's the culmination point of those changes. It's the point where we will look back and understand, this is how my life changed from Jan of 2020. And why do I say Jan of 2020? I say that because Saturn and Pluto conjuncted in Jan of 2020. Let me put that on the chart for you. Saturn here, Pluto here, they met up in Jan of 2020 after 38 years. And when they meet up, they end a cycle and begin a new one. So we started a new cycle, a cycle that changed our material reality in some way, shape, or form. And now on June 24th, we will begin to understand what took place then, how it changed for you. It'll start to make more sense. And tomorrow is the first quarter square of the moon, so we might be feeling the energy today itself. First quarter phase of the moon is where we face some challenges, some obstacles connected to the new moon solar eclipse that happened on June 10th. We'll talk about it tomorrow, but we might be feeling that intensity, need to make adjustments from today itself. And as far as the background goes, I will talk about the fact that Saturn and Uranus squared, 2 days ago, June 14th, the square came exact, and this was a powerful energy. It was an intense energy. It's an energy we're seeing after 21 years, and it is all about getting rid of everything that's not serving you, embracing the new, changing, and embracing your uniqueness. And somehow this energy will feel very intense because these planets are in a square. And although the peak intensity has finished with the square coming exact on June 14th, this square will maintain itself all year, which means we will face this energy all year, sometimes with more intensity, sometimes with less intensity. June 14th was maximum intensity. And now slowly the intensity of that square, of the need to make changes, of the need to get rid of the old, embrace the new, embrace your unique self, will start to diminish. And now I'm going to pick a card for today, and then we'll wrap up the reading. Okay, two cards have fallen. Milk and honey, building blocks. So we'll go with building blocks first. And this card keeps coming up these days. It's about building for the future. It's about laying the foundation brick by brick, piece by piece. And that makes sense because last year we did start a lot of new cycles, long-term cycles. We had the Saturn Pluto conjunction that I just spoke about, which started a new cycle that'll stay with us till 2053. Again, the Saturn Uranus square, which is demanding change, which is demanding embracing the new, coming into your unique self, is a process of building. And I did not mention it in this video, but I do mention it in every other video. We did have a Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in December of 2021, which meant we had a powerful new beginning that will stay with us till 20 years. So we are laying the foundation for this. And these 2 years till 2023 is all about laying the foundation. And this card says it all. We are building the foundation for energies that will stay with us till 2040, 2053, and even 2032. And milk and honey, this is an extremely positive card. It says rewards, it says blessings, it says good things are coming. It says build, lay the foundation. Because in the future we have milk and honey, we have rewards, we have a sweet life. It may not feel like it because right now we're building. Right now we're changing. Right now we're letting go of the old. We're finding our uniqueness. But at the end of that, there is milk and honey. And this can also refer to the energy of today, because the moon will trine Uranus, positive manifestation in our life. Okay, so that's all the energy for today. If you like this reading, I request you to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.